Hello and welcome to Wingin It, and we are back here again with another tournament game. This one from the Youngest Mannequin Madness, which is our base game plus European expansion tournament. So, this is our round 2 match in the knockouts. This is game 2 of the best of 3. If you've not seen game 1 already, I recommend you go check that one out first. But we did lose in that one going second, so it is do or die here. We've got to win to go through. So we are going first at least. So that tends to give you a little bit of an advantage, but we'll see how much that plays out here as we jump into our starting hand. And okay, not the great starting hand that you look for, and not really the great starting tray that you look for either going first. So what do we have on bonus cards? So we've got Orthologist again, so actually wasn't great for us last game. Did get 4 points off it, but I feel like you could tend to do a bit better. Not going anywhere near Backyard Birder, so we'll pick that. Orthologist for sure. But yeah, in terms of what else we do here, definitely not clear. So Cooper's Hawk feels like the only really good option here. Anytime you see a brown power early, that you want to be keeping that. And I mean, Birds with Tuck cards potentially can work for the send around, although I find it's a dangerous game gambling on hunting powers to hit on these kind of end arounds. So we'll see. But we do have, we do have another rodent in the feeder. So sort of thinking about maybe the Snowy Owl. I'm sort of thinking maybe the Golden Eye. It's always a bit weird keeping a pink power like that early when you've not got the right nest type, but it might just have to be an option here because it does go in the wetlands. We could do something like this. Play the Hawk, grab a seed, and then play it and get something going. I mean, equally, you could do that with the Swan, which does actually hit that next end around goal. So yeah, there are pros and cons to either way. Snowy Owl as well could be an option, like I said, but you kind of need extra rodents because I need 3 between the Hawk and the Owl, and yeah, I just don't see myself being able to get a good enough access there. So definitely a tricky position to be in. We're gonna have to go digging regardless. And yeah, I'm sort of thinking the more I think about this, the more I lean towards this Trump to Swan. Obviously, we're on baseboards, so the chances of coming up against the Grasslands engine is more likely. So you're more likely to get activations of these pink powers, but it's a gamble. And when I've not got any cavity nests, the only ones in the tray are, again, not really great options. Not really viable options early on. Definitely makes things tricky. So I think it probably is going to be Hawk and Swan. Do a bit of digging, try and get that Hawk to hit so we can get something for this end around. And I suppose as well, a white power for the Orthologist gives us some options. So, yeah, do I try and get this Cerulean Warbler down as well? Because that is another option. Get those 2 down in the forest and suddenly you're getting extra food. Might not actually be a bad shout. Do something like this. It's a little bit slower. Yeah, it's a little bit slower than getting the Swan down right away and starting digging, but I'm kind of digging and not really looking for anything, so no, I'm gonna stick with my original plan. No Cerulean Warbler. We'll see what we find with the Swan. If we want to go for a bonus play, we can always look at that Spotted Owl as an option. So kind of reluctantly we'll lock that in. And we'll see how this goes in this first round, but this is definitely tricky. It's going to rely a lot on what we can find off the top of the deck, I think, here in this early game. Alright, here we go on to our first turn. My opponent keeping 2 birds and 3 food, so the fish is there. They probably got a good wetland bird, but we're just going to go ahead and get our Cooper's Hawk down. As I said, pray that it's going to hit. We'll probably get 2 or 3 chances, I reckon, this round. We can try and manufacture for this to hit, but I mean, if it hits sooner rather than later, it just takes a lot of stress out of it. So please do your job here. Please get me a hunt early on, so I don't have to worry about this end around. Because I think normally 1, it can be enough to win these end arounds. It's normally enough to tie. It's very rare that you see someone get 2 Birds with Tuck cards down in round 1. I'm saying that now. I've 100% jinxed it, and my opponent's going to get 2 Tucking Birds down. But yeah, it's just very unlikely that you see that happen. so early in the game. But what have they played? Okay, snow egret. So not a great wetland bird. It's a hunting power, but it's not a tucking one. So maybe gonna go well for us there. But come on, we're gonna take our seed. Please, Cooper's Hawk. Thank you very much. You have done your job for now. Got us qualified for the end of round. So yeah, now moves on to phase 2 of the plan. That was a very quick turn. Yeah, they're gonna lay eggs and dig as well, it seems. So it's a race. It's a race now. Who can find the good birds? Who can find what they're looking for? You know, maybe this is another wetland bird that they're going to play. Maybe it's a forest bird that they're just holding off on. But yeah, seems like both of us here maybe in this kind of position where we we just desperately want to find something to give a bit of direction. I think that's what you're always looking for early on in the game. Yeah, they are just digging. So you want something that, you know, gives you a plan, because I think at the moment when you've got no food, you've got no cards, you've got no plan. How can you make a plan without any sort of options in your hands? Okay, now they're going food. Oh, they picked up a rodent. That could be dangerous, but we're going to draw. I think we're just going to top deck Tauhi. Thank you very much. Top deck White Stork. I mean, it's not often that I'm speechless in this game, but we'll take it. It kind of fits well with some advice that I sometimes give out on the live streams. If you're not subscribed or not following over there, you definitely should. And that is, if you complain, you get good stuff. Now, it's probably not good advice to give, because it's just going to encourage people to complain more. I'm not sure I want to see that, definitely not over on the server, but I think this is like conclusive proof that complaining gets you good stuff. So yeah, that solves the food access problem, and it solves the card access problem all in one go. So I think we draw cards once more because I think we need extra cards to throw to get extra food, because we're going to need to take food, I think, twice here to get both these down. But they are still drawing. We're going to do the same. Sort of tempted by this Acorn Woodpecker, because we're going to have loads of seeds by the Tauhi, but Clark's Nutcracker does a better job of that. But I think they're going to get both chucked anyway, so yeah, not too bothered there. Not too bothered there at all. So I think we just take food. Yeah, like I say, take food twice here. Hopefully we can get that fish. Looks like we are going to get it. Broadwing Hawk, okay. They're just going for all the hunting powers, but still no tucking powers, so don't necessarily hate that. Let's get rid of you. And we're sort of looking for a worm. Okay. We're going to get our worm that we wanted. And Hawk, you're also going to hit, so you're doing your job. You're doing your job, and I appreciate you for that. For sure. But yeah, we just take food again here. And as long as we get the food to get these two down, I think... Do we play Tauhi first? I think we're going to want food more than cards. So I think we play the Tauhi first. We can always use the Tauhi seed as the wild food here, and then maybe keep an extra worm, because sometimes there's a little bit of nuance in just having a little bit of food flexibility where you can. But they played the Chaffinch, so okay. Screw that. They're going to win this end around. They're going to snipe it with a Chaffinch. So, one of the rare cases where Ramon Chaffinch is actually a good play. But we're not going to stress about that. We are just going to go ahead and take our food down. I think... Yeah, maybe... Yeah, I think we do just take... We can always pay the seed for the Tauhi if we so choose. So please, Hawk, keep up your good work. You're going to keep on keeping up your good work. So... yeah, definitely annoying. They're going to snipe this end around. All my hard work with that Hawk was for nothing. Well, not nothing, but, you know, got some points from it. But at least, if they're tucking these two cards, it means they're not very good. And if this is what their board looks like going into round 2, and knowing that I've got this up my sleeve, I can certainly live with that. So, yeah, they are taking food. We'll see what they do on the tuck action. But I think unless you've got something amazing here, I think you do 2 tucks, and they do indeed. So, win the end of round, very nice for them. Get yourself some points, and we go into round 2. What have we got in the tray? Anything good? No. Got a horned lark, but yeah, not Not a good trade, but again, I'm okay with that. They're the player with no options here. They're the player with no direction, no plan. So yeah, they're the one who needs to find the good birds coming up in the tray. While we've already got some in our hands. So like I say, hopefully this White Stork is going to get us some good stuff. But I think we do play Tauhi first. Because I think just that little bit of food flexibility is going to help. And as well, I think in general, if you want to choose between having more food or more cards, I think you normally lead towards more food because most cards that you're going to play cost more than one food. So yeah, plenty of birds will cost 2 or 3 food. Having extra cards in most cases is no good to be able to play those. You want the extra food. So yeah, did sort of wonder if they might pick up the King Rail there, given that they've got the exact food for it. They can play that and just keep on digging. But we will, I'll say, lay our eggs. We'll get a White Stork down, and I think that is going to be a bit of a crushing blow. Always in these sort of situations, I try and put myself in my opponent's position and think about how I would react if I just saw Tauhi and King Rail go down back to back. And yeah, it's not a great feeling. So apologies, but it's got to be done. So we've already got loads of points on the board. Big point birds down. Hawk's been doing its job. Now it's time for the Grasslands to do its job. So yeah, Stork and Tauhi. What can you do for me? Stork, what are you going to find? Not amazing stuff. Maybe we take this Magansa just because, you know, could be something we play. Omnivore food always helps when you have something like Tauhi. And it's got loads of egg space, so definitely the best of the 3. Best of a bad bunch, but as long as we've got egg space, and that's something else that Tauhi is really good for here. We just keep laying eggs, keep seeing what the Stork is going to find us. Hopefully something else for the Grasslands. If I could ask for anything else, it'd be a nice tuck and draw bird, because that really elevates the Stork from, I would say it takes it from A tier to A plus tier in terms of the quality of the power. Because you can suddenly pick up tray birds, and that's a real strength. If there's something good you want there, you don't want to have to go to your wetlands to pick it up. You want to just lay eggs in your grasslands and grab it that way. So it looks like they are taking food. So yeah, bit of a sort of air sando-ish situation going on here. Probably the one thing missing is the egg source. I think you always need an egg source. Kind of goes without saying on the baseboards especially, but yeah, you just get points from the eggs, and being able to play birds kind of important. So we'll keep laying eggs ourselves as well. Come on, Stork. Okay, Condor actually. Condor could be an option. These are all pretty good options. Bullfinch could definitely force that. But Condor is nice for being a cheap bird. That does also hit the centre round goal. Prothentry Warbler, of course, as well. Just big points in its own right. This is a difficult decision, more difficult than the previous turn, because these are all actually good options, as opposed to all being bad options. So, yeah, I could, of course, force the Bullfinch down straight away, use the 2 seeds and the Worm, suddenly unlock a more powerful forest. But how many times really am I going to be taking food in this game when I've got a Tauhi? I think Prothentry Warbler could be a great bird here. Big points and all the egg space, so I think we'll go with that. And yeah, legs once more. But then I think, assuming we don't get anything great, I think we throw the extra card for some food. Hope that we get a worm and a fish, so we can potentially look at playing both of these. And just build up that egg space. This is going to be really good in the forest as well. For that next end around, I think we can definitely make a push there. So they're taking food again. So okay, I'm trying to remember if we saw the Bobolink come up. I feel like it did come up, but it might have come up because it was being eaten by my hawk. I'm just trying to work out if there is a way they can somehow sneak this end around. But they wouldn't be able to force it anyway. So yeah, they are going to miss this end around. We're going to win. Easy peasy. Come on, Stork, what can you give me? Okay, actually, Corsica Nuthatch here is really good. Because it eats seeds. Gets us any food else that we want back, which is very powerful. And a bonus card, so yeah, definitely be taking you. And the extra seed there from the Tauhi. But yeah, we can now play this. And that can be our way of getting the worm for the warbler. And just really start building out this forest. So, like I say, I'm probably not going to take food that many times. If I had to guess from this point onwards, I would say at most twice. And I think if I can really fill out... Okay, yeah, I did wonder if they'd take the wetland tucking bird. If I can really fill out this forest to be 3 or 4 birds before I take food, just gives me more food and, yeah, saves those turns from having to take food. So yeah, Corsican Nuthatch is going to be a good play here. We'll get it down, see what the bonus card's going to be. Okay, Wetland Scientist, actually not terrible here. We've got the Merganser, so I'll take that, and I'll take a worm as well. So I can play the Frost Tree Warbler. So easy win in that end of round goal. What have we got in the tray here? Okay. Right. Okay. Wasn't ready for that. So, how do we approach this? Could just lay eggs, get rid of them. Not worry about them. Could draw cards, and then I got Fish Crow. And Fish Crow in this Grasslands would mean I would not have to take food at all, which definitely makes my life a whole lot easier. But that said, do I really want to do that? I mean, I suppose Ethologist and Wetland Scientist have a set hits, but then if I'm going to pick that up and the Fish Crow, I'm leaving the Gull, and I don't think I want to do that. Not when they have got this forest that would give them some route back into this game. I'm sort of leading here, to be honest, towards just laying eggs and just wiping that tray and being okay with not getting any of them. I think my food access is going to be plenty fine without that Fish Crow. So let's just do it. This is going to be controversial, I know. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that or not. We've got some interesting pickups here. I think probably the Snow Bunting is going to be the one. Although I'm not really tucking, so it's not that good for them. And Mockingbird, I don't think either of these are particularly good for them. Snow Bunting definitely kind of blocks their Chaffinch action later in the game. And maybe, because we've got Ethologist to contend with as well. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Hopefully that's less controversial than the actual laying eggs there. But yeah, we're getting some interesting trays here. I feel like these are more interesting trays than what you normally see with White Stork. Definitely some interesting decisions. What to pick up, what to leave. Okay, they do draw cards, but they didn't take the Mockingbird. They took something else that, I'll be honest, I didn't even really look at. So, well, man, do we play Snow Bunting now? Or do we just get this down now for more egg space? I feel like I want to get this down, because I think even if I played the Bunting, I'm not sure I'd be tucking either of these. I think this Merganser is just too good, hitting the bonus cards, so play the Warbler. And that does at least give us a bit of space to work with. So this Bunting might just get thrown. I think in this position, I think this is a situation where you use this sparingly. Like, they've not got great card access. It's going to be when they take food, they'll be doing some tucks. And they could easily skip. If they're only going to tuck one, it's not worth doing it. And they could easily skip that. And it's not really costing them that much in terms of playing this Snow Bunting. So the only advantage is, again, picking up tray birds that I otherwise wouldn't be able to, which has definitely been a problem here because there's been lots of good tray birds that I would otherwise have picked up. But yeah, I just don't know. Don't know how much time I'm gonna have to get this down. So yep, they did take food, but there you go. See, they needed one tuck there, so we'll lay eggs. We'll eggs. See, what is the Stork gonna give us this time? Okay, not amazing stuff, but I think that's okay. How good would this Golden Knight be for them? Actually, not very good. It's sort of okay for me. I think it gets thrown anyway, so yeah, let's keep that. I don't really like any of these other options. Okay, well there's the other Tucky Pink Power, but again, don't really know how useful that's going to be for them in this position, considering that I'm actually not tucking. Anyway, so what are they doing? Playing Cass and Sparrow. So they are finally moving into this Grasslands. And okay, what do we do here? I think we take food. I think we do take food. And I think I want to take 2 fish, because if I'm thinking about this wetland scientist, if I'm thinking about maybe finding something from the stalk, it's going to need fish. So yeah, we'll take a worm as well, just because bunting might still go down, but also it is a bit more flexibility there. So come on, Hawk, you've been doing good so far. You're continuing to do good there, so definitely appreciate that. But yeah, this game kind of just feels like it's smooth sailing ever since that first turn drawing and finding the Tauhi and the stalk. I think this just kind of goes to show sometimes one turn can just completely change a game from looking completely hopeless to very much hopeful. So yeah, it's not been too many difficult decisions, of course. Some of those trays have made things a little bit more difficult, but we have got a Mortoni going down, so you know they're gonna do something interesting here towards the end of this game. They're gonna get some extra birds down. They've already done all 4 actions, so I imagine they'll be taking food here, but there's no point playing the bunting because we don't have a spare card anyway. So we'll continue to lay eggs, and Force's turn is what I'm looking for, I think, here, with the scientist in mind. So yeah, can definitely get some easy points there. But otherwise, I think we just lay eggs. I think we've done our turn gaining food. I think we just lay eggs and play birds, play whatever we find, pick the highest point option with the stalk each time, and just look to use these seeds and get stuff down. So it's not been a strong Grasslands by any means. It's only been 3 points, but when you're getting cards and you're getting food alongside those 3 points, I think this just shows how powerful it can be to just run that Grasslands, especially on these base boards where, yeah, you are just getting those 3 eggs straight away after 2 birds. So not going to be the flashiest of endgames, but we've already got a lot of points on the board. We've already got some options. Like I say, this Forces turn will be nice for the bonus card late on. So not going to count my chickens before they've hatched, but it does feel like this should be a pretty smooth end game, and hopefully a result that takes us to a game 3 here. And here we come into the final round. So my opponent, with their Martini, played a hummingbird. So would have liked to see that come out earlier, give me a bit of free food, but it has come out. We'll see. I mean, they're probably only going to use that maybe once, maybe twice. Don't know how much usage we'll get out of it, but could well come in handy depending on what we find from the stalk. So let's see what we can find from the stalk. Common starling is a good way of using up some of that extra food, and is a good way of getting a couple more off Ethologist. So that could be me sorted. That could be me done with this game now. Just play the Forces turn. We know that's 6 points here with the Wetland Scientist. Play the Starling, only 2. That's another 2 off the Ethologist for 4, but still good. It's got more egg space, and yeah, if they do give out a bit more hummingbird food, even with my Tauhi, yeah, we'll be able to make the most of that and definitely get some points. So they're drawing cards again. Okay. Didn't expect that. I thought you'd want to spend 2 turns either laying eggs or taking food. This is the predicament with Moltodi, is in this last round, 4 of your actions are predetermined. You only have 5 in total. So you only have 1 thing that you can do twice. But they've chosen to draw cards twice here, so definitely reassuring for me. It means that we are only going to get 1 hummingbird usage, but I think here it's still worth playing the Starling. I think we play it now. Because we are, I believe, just off the top of my head, I think we're going to have enough egg space here to be able to throw some food, potentially, and still have enough on the Starling. Get some more extra eggs, but of course, filled columns is one to think about with this end around. Try and get 3. I don't think they're going to get to 4, just with the lack of food and eggs and everything else. So we do indeed get free food. They're still going to use it, even with my Starling out, but I think they have to. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, Did they pick up that spotted owl that was there earlier? I think there was a bonus card bird, at least at some point, that they will have picked up. That could well go to the forest, but yeah, I think we do throw an egg here, or throw a food for an extra egg, because we've got 6 egg spaces, so once we play the turn, we'll definitely be okay. In that regard, what are you going to give me? You're going to give me an Atlantic puffin, that I was definitely not ready for, and that is still affordable. Kind of wishing I took a fish now, but okay, we're gonna have some calculations to do here. But I feel like even having just played that starling, I feel like puffin is still worth it. Even if, yeah, okay, barn owl, not what I was expecting, but even if it costs me 4 extra food, because I could force it down, it would cost me 4 tucks on the starling. But I already get 4 extra points and I get a bonus card, and I think egg space is okay. Because we play this, we then have 3 egg spaces, we then just lay eggs and we fill up on that and get the Towhee seed, which can still turn into a pot on the starling. So, and it's still wet and scientist. So yeah, I think we play the puffin. Hope that we get a good bonus card. Please get me something nice. Okay, Ologist, well, it's currently 3, but we're going to max it out. So, where was that 6-point bonus card draw? In game 1, that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, definitely been a smoother game this time, and a pretty smooth end game. Even before that puffin came up, I think turn was going to be a good plan to get down and yeah, hit the bonus cards. But it's all worked out well here in the end, anyway. Even if we're maybe not going to use that starling quite as much as we thought we would, but we will at least, as I say, get one final seed off the Towhee, and we'll be able to use that. So, got to say, my opponent really not done a lot of tucking, so I'm definitely glad I didn't play the snow butting. Maybe I could have picked up, I think it was the mockingbird was the other option on that turn. Definitely would have been an option to then be either copying the stalk or the Towhee, but yeah, I don't have too many regrets. I think they've only tucked cards on 2 turns. And I think one of those was before I could have feasibly got the snow bunting down. So all the big point wetland birds are coming up now. But we'll just pick up the bald eagle because we can. And yeah, get ourselves our seats. So good bonus cards in the end. Ethologist, I always say this, always a pretty safe 4 points. So I think you take that. Wetland scientist, getting 3, and of course, late ologist. A good pickup. So my opponent has still got this small turny turn. Maybe have they got themselves a Woodstalk or something? No, they got a Eurasian Hobby. It's definitely not great, but maybe they got Falconer. I feel like this looks quite Falconer-y. We'll get our 1 Starling Tuck. So you did your job there. And yeah, tie on the field column. So take that 5 points apiece, and we go here into the final score. So yeah, I think this should be a fairly comfortable win. Just given the speed at which we were able to get a Grasslands built up, and yeah, some good bonus cards. So it's pretty tight, it's pretty neck and neck, but I think just by virtue of going with that Grasslands, we just have so many more eggs here. So even though they're going to have some caches and some tucks, yeah, it's not a close one here. A comfortable win, 107 to 71. So yeah, said it many times during that game, but how quickly a game can turn on its head. Towhee Stalk, very, very fortunate draw. I'm not going to hide that at all. Definitely welcomed. And yeah, just maybe a bit unfortunate, you know, my opponent, they were in a very similar position to me. Okay, they did have Rodentologist and Falconer, so, you know, the luck shows its head in some way in this game. But yeah, I think they were in the same boat as me early on, just not really having the good card draw. Struggled to find engine birds. Did pretty well with that Maltoni, got to say. Late game, got some good usage out of it. But yeah, just a struggle all round. And it definitely wasn't for me a struggle there. So happy with that. We take it to that deciding game 3. So very exciting. We are going to be going first in that one as well. So if you want to see that game, please do stick around. Please do hit that subscribe button so you get notified. But until then, thank you very much for watching.